Hold up. Wait a minute. Cut. Do y'all, uh, are you or do you know anyone that's just naturally intimidating? This is gonna be the struggles of an intimidating person. Me identifying with that, not because that's my goal or that's how I want to come across. It's naturally how I come across. I'm a pretty hefty, heavy set dude, naturally, how I grew up on my big back. You can be either intimidating or laughable when you're big backed. I just happen to be intimidating to most. There was some, those wannabe ass bullies that try to, just cheap shot me. It never worked. I never, never. Anyways, um, yeah, this is gonna be my experiences and what it's like to be naturally intimidating. It's a blessing and a curse, just like with anything. I first noticed it when I was like 16, 17. Um, I considered myself a pretty cool, chill guy. I don't look for no problems with nobody. I never bully nobody. I tease people here and there, but when it comes to like actually bullying, like harassing people, nah. I had some people I would clown. That's pretty much it. Some people were more sensitive than others. Um, that's that's as far as I ever went. I only really treated people like shit when they tried to treat me like shit, and I really like amplify it. So yeah, I started noticing this when I was like 16. People would just be scared of me, like, and I'm very open with people. I'm very charismatic naturally, also. So it's like intimidating and charismatic is like kind of opposite. Um, yeah, I started trying to be overly nice and better and cooler with people. When I noticed that, like, oh, they think I'm scary. Let me be nicer. Let me play the nice guy role. Like, go out of my way. But that backfired when people looked at me from intimidating to like laughable. Like, oh, this guy's just a fucking, one of those fat, funny guys. And that backfired quick. That's why I cut that shit out. I was like, nah, I'd rather be intimidating than have people not take me serious at all. And that's when I first noticed it. Once I started working out and taking care of myself and growing up, growing a beard and just like growing physically, maturing and shit, I noticed it even more. And at that point, I'm like, 18, 19, 20. I'm like, what can I do, bro? Like, you're gonna be a scary ass bitch. That's you, not me. I'm not gonna change myself or go out of my way to make you think differently of me. Like, just take whatever you got. Um, um, think starting in my 20s, that's when I started to be more intimidating to women too. Like, less and less girls would try to treat me like anyone else, And at that point, and at this point, I prefer bitches to be intimidated by me because that eliminates all the little retarded games they be playing. They're still gonna be on shit later, like at some point, but I like to have that shit at a minimum. Um, It also comes with like girls crushing on me hard, but they can't. Like they'll be scared, they'll be nervous as fuck in front of me. Like whenever they try to talk to me, and they just can't even get words out. It's actually pretty funny, and also kind of like this is really curse part of it comes like I'm not even a scary person. I know in the lens of a female, she could be like, oh, he's really big, like this is something I recently started taking into consideration. Like, the bigger you are, like, if you're that kind of person that would like ever strike a female, like, that's just gonna hurt. If you work out and you bodybuild and shit, I would never do that. I've never struck a woman ever. Well, my sister, but that's when I was like 15, and that's just sibling shit. So yeah, that doesn't really count. I like to include it because I'm not gonna say I never fucking. My sister like doesn't count. She's older than me too, and she was hitting me. So I was like, you know what? And that's when it stopped. Not in the face or anything, but like in her arm. I was like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, pop. Yeah. It was funny because I think my family was there, and they're like, you just saw her fucking repeatedly treat me like a fucking punching bag, and I just hit her once, and you're tripping on me. What the fuck? Besides the point. Um, yeah. I think now I'll find more adults like significantly older than me being scared of me than like younger people, which I can understand because when you're younger, you have that rebellion in you, I guess, and you like don't respect authority, which I completely understand, but I'm just not in that mentality. No, I will not actively. I still have it, but it's like ingrained in me, other than just like actively like yeah, you're not gonna tell me shit, this and that. Um, I think that should be it. Um, like I said, this isn't something I aim to be like intimidating. I learned to deal with it as I got older. I was literally looking it up a night or two ago. It was like, why am I naturally intimidating? This and that. One result said like it comes from insecurity or like instability in yourself or some shit, like some deep rooted fear, anxiety. I'm like, nah, that doesn't check out because I don't try to be intimidating. That's just how I come off. And to the people I know, the people I've acquainted, they know I'm not. Unless you're directly on bullshit and you're like threatening me or want to like fucking kill me or some shit or beat the fuck out of me, I'm gonna flip the switch and you will. That's the whole. But that's not my goal. Like I said, I just be chilling. I'm out the way. I don't make problems unless you make problems. I'm chilling. Yeah, that's the life of a intimidating person. And there's a difference between like people that try to be intimidating to keep people in check and control. That's where that insecurity shit actually checks out with people that try to be overly like dominant. Like parent shit, like husband shit or some shit like abusive husband. And their victims typically tend to be goofies that know, they can't do shit about it. So that doesn't make you a good, person. Doesn't make you scary. But yeah, that's gonna be it, y'all.